Good morning, Knights, and welcome back to the Westmount Highlights. It's the week of February 22nd, 2021. Let's take a look at the school calendar for this week. We have 5 glorious, uninterrupted days of school this week. And please note that there was a previously scheduled PED day on Friday, but that was moved along with parent-teacher interviews to earlier in February. So Friday is actually day 14 on your student timetable. Sec 5's deadline for CEGEP applications is Monday, March 1st. So this is the last week to get your ducks in a row. If you need to speak with Karen or Mandy, there's still some availabilities on their booking page. So please consult the Sec 5 guidance Google Classroom page to find out when you can have that meeting. On this week's episode, Ragav does a deep dive on a new game he's been working on. Bennett gives us a peek at what he's been watching on the tube. But first, it's our hashtag Beyond February segment for this week.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Hashtag Beyond February. Today we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Dufresne.
Hello, Westmount.
She is the best ethics teacher in our school. Today we've prepared some questions to ask her. What inspired you to create videos about Black History Month?
That's a really good question. Actually, I wrote West when I was about your age. We had Black History Month at Westmount, and I thought, we're such a diverse school. We have so many kids from around the world. I wanted us to find all the missing voices in history. And so when I came here, I wanted to make sure that I had the same feeling of inclusion at Westmount.
Why did you decide to get a PhD in ethics?
If I have to tell the truth, Westmount, being called a doctor is really cool. I got my master's degree, which is the degree after your bachelor's, and I saw them up there getting called doctor, and I was like, why not?
Who inspired you to become an activist?
Students and my mom. Shout out to my mom. I never want anyone to feel as though they don't belong or they're not good enough. The activism started to come out more and more in me when I got to Westmount. I was already a little activist running around before I became a teacher, but really being at school and seeing kids not feeling like they belong somewhere or feeling they're left out made me want to fight. And if anyone knows me well, I'm always up for a good fight.
What was your first time on the news like?
What was my first time on the news like? I was actually worried about my hair and making sure that I didn't stumble on my words. Sometimes the news can make you a bit nervous being on TV, but once you start talking about what's important, it all kind of goes away. But after, when I see myself, I'm always looking, did my hair look okay?
What's the number one message you want to spread to your students?
You have to be your own advocate and find your own power in your own way. Not everyone is going to do it my way, not everyone is going to do it your way, but you got to find your own way to stand up for yourself.
How did the migration and immigration affect you?
Well, my mom was born here, so my dad's migration seemed to have been more peaceful. I think immigration now of any racialized communities can be stressful, especially here in Quebec. But you know, here at Westmount we have a safe space, so I'm hoping that's what everyone feels. But I think we could do a better job. I think we can always do a better job to include people, but we take it one step at a time. One small act of kindness leads to big changes. And thank you, team, for all your questions.
Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next time.
See you next time, Westmount.
Hey guys, it's me Bennett, and for this TV review, I will be reviewing Disney's The Owl House. Now, The Owl House is a Disney Channel animated show created by Dana Terrace about this quirky and weird girl named Luce who ends up in this mystical world called the Boiling Isles, where she is taken in by this witch named Ida the Owl Lady, and she trains to become her apprentice. Now, this is a really good show that I recommend you all watching. It has great characters, great humor, really well done animation, and for the first time for a Disney show, LGBTQ+ representation. which is something that's really great because to me, it's proof that studios like Disney are starting to become more open to all of this. So if you're interested in checking out a show that is both surreal and funny and heartwarming, I suggest The Owl House. Thank you, and enjoy the next segment.
Are you done with The Lord of the Rings? Are you done with Game of Thrones? Are you done with Harry Potter? Are you done with fantasy altogether? Don't worry. Come with me if you want to live. "1991. A year so long ago it feels like an eternity, and yet it's only been 30 years. But let me tell you another fun fact about 1991. Can you guess which extremely popular graphic novel series was first published then? I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 1. So, did any of you guess it? Well, it's Bone. Bone is a series of fantasy graphic novels by Jeff Smith. When it was first published in 1991 in the US, people instantly named it a classic, which is fitting since it would go on to inspire such graphic novel series as Amulet and other series I'm sure you've heard of, inspired mostly by The Empire Strikes Back and The Lord of the Rings. Bone follows the adventures of the Bone cousins, Phone Bone, Phony Bone, and Smiley Bone, as they make their way across an uncharted desert to a valley in the hope of finding their way back home. But when Phone Bone meets a dragon, their plan falls to bits. Who knows what may happen in this new uncharted territory. Okay, if you actually have some kind of thing against graphic novels or comic books in general, then just wait like 5 years for the TV show to arrive on Netflix. I know it's happening, I just know that it's going to take 3 or 5 years. So why not just get started now and not wait for the show? Okay, there's my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just like and subscribe. See you next week.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will be talking about a new game called Spellbreak. Spellbreak is a multiplayer battle royale action game. In Spellbreak, you are an exiled Wowbreaker who uses magic. Your goal is to be the last player remaining out of 42 players. You have 2 gauntlets to use. One of them is your main gauntlet, which you select before the match starts, and another is a secondary gauntlet, which you choose while you're in the match. You can swap it over time, depends on what your style is. I honestly keep changing my gauntlets depending on their rarities. There are 6 types of gauntlets you can use in the game. Frostborn, it's ice. It's kind of like being an archer. Toxicologist, spam, 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 spam that toxic stuff. Pyromancer, fire. If you like throwing stuff, use that. Stone Shaper, ground attacks, kinda lame. People always fly in this game, so don't use it. It's called Stone Shaper. Gotta mention that. Tempest, that's an air attack. It's kind of like a spam version, but I really don't recommend using it. It's kind of thrashy. Conduit, amazing. It's practically good. It's basically lightning, guys. It's lightning. There are many more things about this game I can say, but then we would be here for an entire hour instead of 2 minutes. So here's the important bit. Runes are abilities you can use for different effects. Some important runes are the Flight rune, which allows you to fly, the Teleport rune, which allows you to teleport, it's literally in the name, and the Invisibility rune is exactly what it sounds like, and etc. Over time in the game, the places you can be without taking damage are smaller, If you are not in the next safe circle, you will take damage to your health and die. This causes matches to be action-packed and not boring. Oh, I almost forgot, this game is free on all platforms. Unfortunately, it's not on mobile, but if you have NVIDIA GeForce Now and a controller, you can play the game on mobile with a bit of waiting. So I hope you download this game soon and have fun with it. Now I'm out of here with the teleport rune. Adios!
Alright, you know what that sound means. Let's give some birthday love to the following students. Sharon Bell, Sarah Vincent, Juniper Mackenzie, Rain Rushton Sanel, Sydney Ho, Sharif Mohammed Tafiq, Rio Sato, Rojan Shabazi, Young Hwan Han, Tanjin Sultana, Christopher Alcantara, Kian Hardy, Linnea O'Neill, Catherine Adam, Mark Liu, and Doha Mohammed. Happy birthday to every single one of you. I hope you have a great day. That's it for this week. We're going to have another episode, not next week, but the week after that. Next week's March break. I hope you guys have a great week off and stay safe out there. Until we see you again, we'll keep the night lights on. Be well.